You see, every time you want to have a compost pit, it's not a must you go and invest heavily on buying some iron sheet box or concrete box. No. If you're someone who have been through construction, you know very well that you can use the already available material. I want to show you how to make a simple compost pit using the available material, and I am telling you this, it's something that will work. Why? Because compost pit, when you go to the supermarket or maybe to any shop to buy a compost pit box, all it does is to hold the your compost in a box so that you can be able to mix it over and over. Instead of it to spill away, it will be easier for you to have it somewhere concentrated and help it compost very fast. It will compost faster since it is compacted at one place, and that one help it to compost, and it will compost fast. If you take your compost pit and put it somewhere open, then you'll find it will take very long for it to even start rotting. This, as you are constructing compost pit, there is many things you have to consider, but there is somewhere people go wrong by putting maybe an iron sheet on the bottom of your compost pit, or maybe a polythene paper, which is not good. You see, for compost pit to work well, you need that soil to come in contact with your material which you want them to compost, and also the soil itself have some worms which help to accelerate the composting of your material. As you can see here, I'm just using logs. I'm not going to even add mortar or something like that. All I'm doing is just put logs together and just to try to enclose this area where the compost pit will be in, which you can see if you have some construction going on, it's easy to acquire those logs, and even if you don't have, you can buy them and use them just that way, and they will work like a box which you have bought in a supermarket or something. As we are putting the last log to block that area, you can see now it's becoming a good circle, a good box. Even if it's not that beautiful, our intention was not to make a beautiful thing, but it was to make something long lasting. You can see we are collecting the dried leaf. These one are very good because they don't have moisture in it. Moisture is good for decomposition, but also too much moisture slow down decomposition. That's why we start with the dried material, then we can move up adding more and more material to try to fasten this decomposing. Now we can add our green material. Make sure you don't add a lot of them since it will slow down the decomposing. Make sure to add at least not that much and not that little. It's not that difficult to balance it, but even if you happen to add more green material, there is no harm, because the only thing will happen is find that it will slow down the decomposing process. We are adding water since the material was a bit drier, it will become difficult for it to decompose fast. So we add a little bit of water, a little bit of liquid to help it to decompose fast. Now, after a few weeks since we started our compost pit, now you can see we are adding more green material, and most of people are like, why am I making a compost pit since I don't have a lot of things which I produce in my house? Don't worry. If you live in a compound where you have some vegetation which are not usable to you, which are useless to you, just have a compost pit, because as you can see, I'm just picking up these useless vegetation and put them in compost pit, since I have already a base where at the first I put a dry material. They have started actually decomposing. Now I can add green material, and on top of the green material, as you can see, I'm trying to collect more dried material so that they can cover the green material. The best thing of having already decomposed material at the below, then green material in the middle, then dried material on top, the green material will produce the moisture which is needed for it to decompose. And since the decomposition process have started with the lower level of the already decomposed material, it will be easier for it to decompose. Then the top material will use the moisture of the green material to decompose. So don't say that you can't have a compost pit in your place because you don't have enough material to decompose. Everyone have enough material to decompose. All you need is to just know what to take there. You see, you don't want to take something which is a useless vegetation but already have started having some seedlings, which will mean if you take it there, some of them will not decompose to the maximum, which will make it, you'll transfer the problem to another place. But anything that is green, anything which is dry and can decompose, it's suitable for your decomposing pit.